Hey guys, for this video, I'll be analyzing some of the racist images in these 6 Dr. Seuss books that apparently will no longer be published. So first off, let's look at Seuss's depiction of Asian people, which is making up a lot of the controversy. Here's the first image of a Chinese boy with some chopsticks, and honestly, I don't see any problem with this picture. And by the way, before all you non-Asians get offended on behalf of Asian people, I am Asian myself, and I'd say the picture is pretty accurate. The boy obviously has slits for eyes because most Asians, including myself, have smaller eyes. And he's holding chopsticks because most of us use chopsticks on a daily basis. Alright, moving on. So I'm assuming this one's quote-unquote racist for the same reason that they have slitty eyes. But again, Asians have smaller eyes, which statistics can back up. If you forgot what an average Asian looked like, here's the first picture that showed up on Google Images. And oh, look at that, he has small eyes. So surprisingly, I have yet to see anything racist in these images. Alright, this one people were mad because the Asian guy is yellow. I mean, first off, the guy is a centimeter tall, so how else could Seuss better depict that he's Asian? And secondly, how is it offensive to color a cartoon Asian person yellow? I mean, would people prefer that he was colored white? Because then he just becomes a white cartoon person. I'm starting to think that anything non-white has become offensive to the mostly white people calling this stuff offensive. So moving on to Seuss's depiction of African characters, we are 0 for 3. Here's the first image of what appears to be 2 African tribesmen. And yes, I do agree that they look a bit like monkeys in this picture and a bit stereotypical. But when looking up images of African tribesmen, these were some of the first images that appeared. And for those who forgot, Seuss is drawing cartoon versions of these people, not portraits. I mean, I didn't look at this picture of Sam I Am in Green Eggs and Ham as a kid and think that all white people looked like this. So unless you base your depictions of people from cartoons, you really have to be reaching here to get offended. Now here are Seuss's drawings of Middle Eastern men. Like his Asian depictions, again, I'm not exactly sure what's so racist about these pictures. They're showing men with long facial hair wearing turbans, which obviously doesn't portray all Middle Eastern men, but is a common look you'll see in the Middle East. Looking up Middle Eastern man on Google Images, this is the first image you get, a man with facial hair wearing a turban. And even if you consider it a stereotype, what's so bad about a cartoon character wearing a turban? The only reason why you would have a problem with this is that you in fact have problems with people wearing turbans, which is in fact racist. And again, I'm just waiting to hear actual Middle Easterners get offended by these drawings. Finally, here are Seuss's offensive drawings of Inuits. Now, in all honesty, I had no idea what was offensive when looking at these pictures. And apparently, it's the characters' fur coats. So I looked up pictures of Inuits, and of course, they're all wearing fur coats. So it now appears that people who are non-Inuits are offended that Dr. Seuss drew Inuits the way they actually look. I'm guessing they would prefer he drew them buck naked, because why would any Inuit wear a fur coat in the Arctic? So after a thorough examination, in my opinion, the images in these books are not racist. I can't speak for all the other races, but as an Asian, I found no problem with Seuss's depiction of Asian people, especially since they are cartoon drawings. Now, if you are an African or a Middle Easterner or an Inuit and did find his depictions offensive, then obviously I have no problem with that and won't argue with you. But as I see it, this is just another case of mainly white people finding ways to be offended for other races.